Hello, welcome to the video. Do the intros at the end so that we can get straight into it. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking this Pybadge. It's a little Python mini console, and we're going to be using AI to try and code a different game onto it. So sorry, I'm going to have to do the inception thing here just because my wire is not long enough, and I do need to be able to. I know it's not that close, but you can see it's a little game here. Let me just, there we go. So as you can kind of see, it's a Space Invaders clone, effectively. And yeah, I'm basically going to be taking this and seeing what we can do coding wise with it. So let's get into it. So this is the file here with all the code inside of it. So we've got the game and we've got the main. So let's go to the game and open this up and see what we've got. So this all right. So game over. Take the L. So this is what we got. We got the ship with the sprite, the saucers, the bombs, the missiles, the alien. Pause, and that's all of it there. So basically, in fact, no. Let's go. Let's just quickly see main. Let's see what's in here. Okay, it's just importing the game, so it's not anything. All right, you're gonna need to chill out. This thing. All right, pause. Right. So what I'll do at the end is hopefully I'll end up with two separate files and I'll give you the close-up of the games right at the end. But yeah, I mean we'll see how long this video is because I just want to see what happens now. Okay, so before I am just going to put it in raw, but what I wanted to see quickly was ship keys. So here's UGame KX here, because I haven't gone into this file for ages, but ultimately this game here uses the left, right, and then the A for shooting, and then B is pause. But it does actually have a select and a start, so it could have pause be start, and also have all four controls in terms of the game. But we'll see if it can come up with something workable here. Oh, because that was the other thing, is that this is the tile bitmap. What am I going to open this up with? Oh, come on. Stop making up all the noise. Well, let's just see if I just open it. Pause. Right, so as you can maybe see here, this is what makes up the game here. So we've got the alien and their movement sprites, the spaceship and their movement sprites, a fireball, the sprite for the explosions, and then these stars to make the background a little bit more interactive. So I literally want to see if I take this code I'm saying hopefully this is, do you know what, I should just make this a quick video either way, because if it doesn't work, it's fair enough. I just want to see if I say take this code and take this code for a game on a mini console, learn the syntax and make me a new game using the same visual assets. Let's see what we get here. Sunlight. Okay, yeah, cool. Bam. Well, I don't know why it's doing that text madness there. This is not. So what is it doing there? Is it just taking the? Is it telling me where to place the stuff? Here is a new game using the provided assets. So I think basically maybe it's maybe this is an internal. See, okay. Well, it's doing something though. So we got, and in fact, actually, what I will need to do is create a new folder for this. So let me just do that over here whilst this is loading up. Let's get these is my projects. It's the Pybadge. Let's call it game 1. And actually, let me make another folder to put all of the original assets in. Game 0. So, okay, so it's stopped there. Now, I've been having quite a lot of problems with this thing in terms of continuing. This, to be honest, this code is the format's a bit mad anyway. So, let's just say, can you start again and make sure formatting is correct? To be fair, I don't even think this is the AI that does the formatting. I think it's more the website's user interface. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, well, no, it knows. It knew. So, let me take the game from here. Gonna put that into game 0. So I got that copy, and then we shall see. Yeah, I was having some issues, basically where it would be I was getting it to create code, and then the code would go on for so long, but then when you would type in continue, it would just start again and again, and like no matter what would happen, it would just keep starting again. But I can't remember what I did, but I did actually end up finding I found one particular way to what did I think it was when I was creating my Unity. Oh, did I just stop it by doing that? No, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this is when I was creating my Unity script. Let's see, what did I have to say in the end? So, right, yeah, that was it. So in the end, this is what I had to do. So let's take this and use it here. So, what? Oh, is that because I stopped it? Okay, let me just leave it. Maybe I'm being too fast. Let's see what I want. So we got the stage. We got some randomness involved. See what's going on. We got some different. Let's quickly see what is. So obviously it's writing it in a completely different format. Obviously the person who wrote this code obviously clearly wrote it to be as compact, and I think that what is happening here, which is what I really like about the coding that I have seen Chat GPT do, is everything is very, very modular, neat. So that is something that instinctively, again, I've only been coding for like 6 or 7 years, and I've never worked for a company doing coding. I've done a lot of work within the technology sphere, but it's like individual research quite a lot of the time, as opposed to actually working for a company that involves teams. So yeah, it's like I've done a lot of work as it relates to technology, but it's not been about me being in a team of people and coding with other people. So I haven't had the opportunity to be able to learn from individuals and have a constructive debates about what kind of patterns we should be using in the coding and seeing the advantages and disadvantages. I've just got all of the benefits of the trial and error that you go for as an individual. So now let's see if I can write the code that comes after. So then this is in the update. No. In the update, in the most recent. So say from in the most recent code. This looks like it's going to start again. We'll see. Obviously, it's kind of hard to know exactly what it's going for. And I think that maybe what was happening last time is I was going through loads of iterations. So by that point, there was loads of different revisions and, because it's just so useful to be able to get these things out and be able to revise and then put them in. And so, in the end, there probably was about 6 or 7 different versions of the same code that was called the same thing, that I was clearly saying the most up-to-date version, but it definitely kind of hit that wall because I was saying to it like, do you know what the start of code is? And then it would say yes, and I was like, do you know what finishing? And it would say yes, and then I would do it and it would start it again. But it ended up making me with the tweaking that I had to do, still a million times quicker, considering that whilst it's creating, it's also educating me as well. So it's just a beauty. Interesting. So it said after layer 3. Let me just check something. Right, so it didn't. Layer 3 add bomb. See, layer 3 saucer, it said layer 3 saucer, but then it actually started coding after layer 3 bomb. And I can't tell. It's possible that this is just the end. It's possible that this is just the end of the code, but I seriously doubt it. So let's try that again. So that's the formatting one. Let's see. Write the code that comes after layer 3. Let's do this again. So write the code that comes after layer 3 saucer in the most recent code. And not the not the code that comes after layer 3 add bomb. See, I just like to get facetious with it, and not the code that comes after layer 3 bomb, as you just wrote. So write the code that comes after layer 3 add saucer in the most recent code, and not the code that comes after layer 3 add bomb, as you just wrote. Certainly. Here's the code that comes after layer 3 add saucer. There we go. There we go. So again, this is what I've been saying in my previous videos. I feel like the fact that it's still getting things wrong at this stage for me is exciting, because it's like there is this argument about AI taking out all of the skill that is involved in these things. And it's fair enough, but if you're outcome orientated, you want it to do its best. But then when you're kind of like in the middle, when you're just going through the experience and you enjoy creating and you enjoy the journey, it's kind of like all a mix of it both. So it's like when it's going well, I'm like, sick, this is actually mad technology. Look what can go on. When it goes wrong, it's like, okay, this is the difference between the people that are going to make something functional and the people who are not going to be able to make something functional. And there is these little nuances within it. So me personally, I'm enjoying every aspect of it, and I'm very excited to see what ends up getting made. So okay, I had to have a little think there. What was it thinking about? Thing that I'm interested in is oh yeah, no, the missile. Because I was thinking, is it creating two? Now see, this is weird. It did it, yeah. Set up game loop. Nah, it didn't, did it? It just started again. Set up. Oh my days. Oh my days. It just did it again. But this one, if the sorcerer is dead, create a new one. The sorcerer is dead. This can't. All right. Let's just double check. Let's just double check. I can't see how this is the whole game. It basically can't be, but just in case I am running around. So now, as you've seen beforehand, I've already got my this version saved. So it's in there. This is reset. Module object has no attribute displaying. Code done running, waiting for reload. Yeah, that didn't work. And there's no reason why it should have worked. Because this code is not finished. So fat. Let's take a different, again, working around it. Let's take a different approach. So now let's say, because obviously it's confusing the layer with the layer, right? So write the code that comes after, or let's do it this way. Double up. I was going to go less so that it was more specific, but let's go more so it's more specific. Write the code that comes after saucer equals saucer layer 3. Boom, boom, boom. Oh shit, fuck that up. See, why, I don't know, why, that's that bit there. Oh, it does think that thinks that this is the end. So maybe this one's just a failure experiment. Maybe I'm just gonna have to chalk this one up to the game. And yeah, because let's see what's saying. So file game Pybadge line 7 in module attribute error. Okay, let's just type this out and see if it can come through. So I'm getting error. So PY line. Okay, let's see. Let's see what it says. So its response to, I'm getting error file game.py line 7 in the module attribute. Module object has no attribute display in. It looks like you were trying to run the code I provided and are encountering error. This error likely occurs because the uGame module does not have the display attribute. The display attribute function is not part of the uGame module, and it is not clear what purpose it serves in the code. You may want to remove that line and see if this resolves the issue. If you continue that issue, it might be helpful to provide more information about the context in which you are running this code and any additional error messages you see. All right, that was pretty straightforward. So line 7, which, because in the original code, like, let me just get the original code up now, and you can compare. Obviously, the original code had a completely different structure about how it was doing it. So maybe I'm going to go back. I'll see what happens here. Which is the reason why I did say about the syntax. I was interested when it was coming with its own format because it looks so neat in that. But, yeah, and to be fair, module. So saying it again, but let me just, because now it's saying the same thing on line 7, which is initiation, but now if I save it and make it so that it's on the 8th line, yeah, so it's the same thing. So, and does it actually report no attribute in it? So I'm just gonna ask it again. I'll say, so basically it said the same thing. And then obviously if I delete that, then it's got no way of initiating. So it's going to come up with a completely different error message. But I'll do it anyway, just so to see what comes in. It looks like you're trying to run code provided an encountering the error, likely because the game module doesn't have the entry on it. It's not part of the game module. It's not going to resolve the issue. So let's see what I'll go on for it here. Yeah, this ain't going to work. Yeah, it's just going down the line saying, well, go on for this whole code that you've written. None of this don't make no sense. So let's go back up to here. In fact, let me just do it this way. So let's say, so this is the thing. They're again playing with the AI, playing between not knowing and claiming to know. So, because you have written the new game in a different format, it is not working. Can you take this code for a game and using the same format, structure, using the same format, structure, syntax, initiations, displays, sounds, and tiles. And now let's give it a little, make a slightly different game. Let's just see what it comes up with. Slightly different game. And then write the code for this game. Here is a new game using the same visual assets as the original code. Is it going to do the same shit? Nope. Nope. No, it's doing... This is a different format. So right now it seems to be setting up its parameters a little bit... Yeah, okay. It's all going to be down to how this thing starts the game going. Because yeah, with this, I got this side badge so long ago. So that's what the point of this video was to not actually go in and remember the code and reread it properly, like purposely not. We're having a bit of a think here. The ship update. It's gonna have to make some update functions. I mean, this is looking like the just because it's using the definitions, the structure is better. But here we go. This is definitely a stop. So let's go back to get my little prompt here. Nope, that's not the one. Yep, this is the one here. So now let's say having to think bare about it. Yeah, just finish the code. Oh, perfect. No, perfect. That's exactly what we want right there. Getting a little score in that, yeah? I wonder if it's gonna... I don't know if it's gonna be able to display that. What's this saying? Do we have any score assets? No, it wasn't. Interesting. I like that though. So you can't move off the screen. Get the booms. Wait a bit. Get some slapping some sleeps in there. I mean, to be honest, I don't think this is going to work. But it's still interesting watching it work. So how does this thing think this game's going to get initialized? As far as I can see, this game doesn't even turn itself on at any point. But I'm saying I'm not the one with experience and a million different coding minds inside of it. So see what's the pattern. So we've got the source of 4 collide. So you got... Nah, this can't be done, can it? This thing is really doing it. Doing everything in its own mind. Let's see. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure this is the end. No. Alright. Yeah, alright. This does not look like it's working. So layer 3, I'm pretty sure that this is gonna... I'm pretty sure let's just have it. Pretty sure it'll be like that. It's continue what? Oh, what? Mad? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I mean, just for argument's sake, let's slap it in there and let's just make sure that it really don't work. because I know it really don't work. Yep, bare errors. So that one. So now I'm gonna give it. I'm pretty, you know, I don't mind if this doesn't work because that was the whole point of making these videos. So was the ups and downs. I've had plenty of successes in some previous videos, so it's not too disheartening. But I do want to give it an opportunity. So what could be? All right. Let's just try something simple then. Let's see if, let's do it this way. This is code for a Space Invaders type game on a mini console. Take this code and add the feature that if you double tap left or double tap right. Add the feature that if you double tap left or double tap right, you move quickly. Let's see. Yeah, oh, this is interesting. So it said this code looks like it's written in Python and is used to create a Space Invaders style game on a mini console. The code defines several classes including ship, saucer, bomb, missile, and aliens, which are used to represent different game elements such as the player ship, enemy saucers, bombs dropped by the saucers, missiles fired by the ship, and the group of aliens that moved across the screen. There is also a game class that is used to manage the overall game. The ship class represents the player ship and has several methods that handle the movement and shooting the missiles. The saucer class represents the enemy saucers that fly across the screen and drop the bombs. The bomb class represents the bombs that dropped by the saucers, and the missile class represents the missiles fired by the player's ship. The alien class represents the group of aliens that move across them. Finally, the game class is used to manage the overall game and contains a loop that updates the game. So this is interesting. So I asked it to do something. It hasn't done it, but what it's done is what I think I needed to have it do beforehand. So I'm going to, what should I go for? The double tap, or should I get it to try and make a new game now? Okay, now let's go for the double tap. So, great observations. Now rewrite the code so there is a double tap left or right to move quickly feature. Now rewrite the code so there's a double tap left or right to move quickly feature. Okay, perfect. So it's just giving me the ship class. And then with that, it should be able to write it all out in one. So there's not no, but this is right. Is it right? Is it in the same format? I don't know the same format. Oh no, it is. Should be interesting. So in fact, let's get this back to working. There we go, functioning game. And so let's quickly see. So in here, what am I likely to see is it's here, keys, games pressed, if K right, else if k left, else. Oh, so this is the kx. Oh, so a is x. Yeah, so basically what we should see here. Actually, I'm not too sure what I was going to do, because obviously double tap, it's the if right, and so it's going to go right, and so somehow now it's going to be have to have a way of analyzing presses over time, because that's how a double tap feature works. It's not just it being pressed. So what have we got here? Right. Okay. So here's where the ifs are. So key delay. So but is this? I've added 2 new variables to the initiation method. Okay, so we got delays in there. Right, so basically what it's done is it's added these variables here with delay and repeat, and then as you do it, it minuses and adds those, and so then if there's +2, so as it's adding the integers, as it's adding the numbers up, it's obviously saying if a certain amount, go fast, if it's not, and then after you press it, it's plussing and minusing as it needs to effectively regulate itself. So now if we take this ship class, take the ship class here, bang it in a little bit longer. All right, so we have a game. Okay, and we have a little, yeah, it's working. But basically what it's doing now is, again, because I need to figure out how I'm going to film these sorts of things. Basically what's happening is it's a bit sticky. So when it's like, okay, to be fair, yeah, it's like there's lag. There's lag now, you know, and that's what happens when you start messing with the movement. But it's added a new feature. So now, if you hold it down, or if you double tap, yeah, it's more of a holding down feature. It's come down as a holding down, but then it kind of goes to a stop. But we do have a new feature. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end this video, because I can now take this as I'm going to take it as a W, even though it's not really. But about 5 minutes ago, I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to upload this video with a little bracket saying failed. But the fact that we've got it to do a little add-on feature, it didn't create a whole new game, but it's added a feature. So I'm going to keep working on this as a little project. I'll do it on the videos so that we can see, work our way up. I think that was very useful for me. Hopefully you got something out of that. But the difference between slapping it in. No, come on, here we go. Yeah. Why is it this? So the difference between just slapping it in and saying, yeah, do all of this stuff, and it having no idea. But this little premise here, so clearly every single time that I want to do something like this, you want to get it to acknowledge. Because I thought this was pretty interesting, that you give it a little bit of a framework, like, all right, this is Space Invaders, then it's like, okay, I get it, this is a ship, this is a saucer, this is a bomb. So that was useful. So my name's Vince South Blessed. I'm a transmedia producer for over 20 years, a creative technologist for about 6 or 7 years. On this channel, I'm going to be going through all of my creative technology and transmedia productions using AI. Me and the AI, see what we can come through with. I've got some previous videos where I'm constructing a narrative for a Smash Brothers anime, and also on the coding side, I've done some coding similar to this type of stuff, but using my holographic displays. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, you know, you can like and subscribe, whatever you like or subscribe to. I hope you're having a blessed day, and remember, no matter what tools get created, just stay creative.